When you create a brand new account on any social media platform, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Yahoo, you will be given the option to select a profile picture, which is the main thing people see when they take a look at your profile. After some backbreaking, excruciating, and not worthy research, I discovered that the average person changes their profile picture once every 2 years. We have all changed our profile picture at some point, and I'm gonna be going into the different types of profile pictures you can come across, as well as my own profile picture journey, bruh. The first type of profile pic that I've been seeing ever since I created an Instagram account are people that have celebrities as their profile picture. I'm not gonna lie, some of them do look pretty clean, like that one pic of Lil Uzi Vert staring at a fire in the kitchen, or 𝐒𝐲 holding that comically large knife. But sometimes people make celebrities their profile picture to show how obsessed they are with that particular celebrity or artist. For example, Playboi Carti. The amount of people I've seen with a Carti profile pic is probably more than the population of Puerto Rico. Like, some of the people that got Carti profile pics, or just any pic of any celebrity, probably glaze the fuck out of them on a daily basis. Staying on the topic of music artist related profile pictures, don't even get me started on Ken Carson's A Great Chaos album cover /Donald Trump collab. Like, when you see this profile pic, the person behind it probably looks like the 6'7" kid if he was a bit more grown up and developed a nicotine addiction. If I'm being real with you guys, I did have a celebrity/artist profile picture for 5 whole years. And it wasn't on my YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok account, but my high school email. When I was around 11 to 12 years old, 𝐒𝐿 was my favorite artist, bruh. And because of that, I just had to make him the profile picture for my school email. It was like a Squidward and 𝐒𝐿𝐷𝐿 mashup type of profile pic. I'ma try throw it up on the screen. So from the ages of 12 to 17, I was rocking this profile pic the whole time. Like, if you were in my online classes during 2020 and 2021, this is what you would see in the corner of the screen while the teacher was carrying out the lesson, bruh. I feel like people that make celebrities or any well-known figure their profile pic, most of the times it's because they're just a regular fan of that person's work. But of course, there are some rare cases where it's one of those people that just obsess over that certain celebrity and just way too invested in everything that they do. I be seeing this the most with like K-pop artists and shit. Like, they will spend hours out of their day just to glaze and defend said K-pop artist. Even though I'm not that familiar with K-pop, I do feel like they got the most obsessive and toxic fan base based on the brief research that I did. Just like how I'm not familiar with K-pop, I am also not that familiar with anime, which brings us into the next type of profile pictures. I have been peer pressured into watching anime more than I have been peer pressured into doing drugs. The only animes that I'm familiar with and have watched a good amount of are Beyblade and The Boondocks, if that even counts as an anime. So if you got any recommendations on what I should start watching, just comment it down below, because I feel like I'm missing out for real. Anyways, bruh, I feel like anime profile pictures are valid for the most part, and some of them are kinda tough. The most notable person with an anime profile pic that I know is 𝐼𝐿Speed. Like, ever since I discovered him back in 2021, he has not changed his One Piece profile picture and banner at all, and I feel like he should just keep it that way because it just fits his whole brand, and it would be weird if he just changed it out of nowhere. Some other examples of valid anime profile pictures would just be like a clean, tough scene or frame of your favorite character from a regular anime. Now on the other hand, you got the motherfuckers with the freaky ass anime profile pics. I'm guessing they get it from some sort of hentai, or it could just be a baddie from a regular anime, I don't know. But if the profile picture was selected using the first option, then you already know that behind that profile picture is a guy with an interesting build that has his meat on 1 HP because of how much and consistently he is beating that shit. The first time I got exposed to freaky anime or the hen and then the tie right after was in my first year of high school. I remember playing at the school's outdoor basketball court in the morning right before school because my friends at the time would pull up like 45 minutes early to school to get a quick hoop session in before class starts. And during one of these hoop sessions, I remember sitting down to rest and drink water, and one of my friends, I'ma name him Jay, was on his phone. And when I looked closer at his phone, all I saw were like big anime tits and naked, like, bro, I was so confused when I saw it. I asked Jay what it was, and he just told me that it was a manga, and he just kept on reading it, bro. Like he was locked in and invested into it. I also saw hentai accidentally on another occasion that happened at a school event. At the high school that I went to, we had an event called Athletics Day, and it pretty much consisted of competing against other students in like track and field. And if you have been to any track and field events similar to this, 99% of the time it's just you sitting around and doing nothing. And while I was sitting around and doing nothing, there was this guy not far away from me that was sitting down, and there was a bunch of people surrounding him. I was pretty familiar with these people as well, since some of them were in my classes. Because I was curious, I walked over to them to see what they were doing, and the guy that they were surrounding was on his iPad watching hentai. And the guy with the iPad also went on the hub as well. In conclusion, you guys gotta chill out with the freaky anime profile pics, or just any freaky profile picture in general, because I'm not trying to see that shit. After that freaky ass segment, we gotta talk about some of the more normal type of profile pics, like the mirror pic. The mirror profile pic has gotta be up there because of its simplicity and versatility. All you need to do is just flick up in front of a mirror in your bathroom, bedroom, or gym, and from there, you can choose between having one up close, one that shows off your fit, and maybe even one that shows off your cut. Like, you just can't go wrong with the mirror pic, bruh. It's one of the few options you have if you end up clicking on the take photo button when choosing your profile pic. This is definitely one of the most common profile pictures because it's the first one you're given when you create an account. I feel like there's two types of people that got default profile pics. The first type of person, they probably just can't be bothered selecting a profile pic, so they just gotta stick with the default one. And I also feel like the longer you go without changing your profile pic, the thought of changing it just doesn't feel right. And I've seen a lot of people that have stuck with the default profile picture for a long ass time for this reason. Now on the other hand, you got the motherfuckers that try their best to seem nonchalant or mysterious, especially if they had a custom profile picture before and then switched it back to the default one. Even though this doesn't really count as a default profile pic, I'm just gonna include this one along with it, and I'm talking about black profile pictures. If you have ever tried making your profile picture black, pretty much everyone has done the method where you click on the take photo option, press your phone camera up against your ass until the screen turns black, and then take that as the profile picture photo. Let's get on to the next one. When I talk about normal profile pictures, I pretty much mean any profile picture where you, yourself, are in the profile picture, bruh. Some people put just a regular selfie, a fit pic, a pic of yourself when you're faded, and lately, I've been seeing a lot of people put old photos of themselves as a baby or a toddler and make that as their profile picture. I don't really have a lot to say about this one, other than the fact that it's just a regular pic of yourself. Now it's time for the last segment. If you're wondering on how you can see the past versions of your profile picture on your YouTube or Gmail account, go to the settings section in Google Chrome, manage your Google account, personal info, and once you're here, click on the profile picture section, click the three dots in the top right, and select past profile pictures. When I took a look at my previous profile pics, I was shocked at how ass some of them were. These right here were my previous profile pics. And if you're wondering why some of them say Clums instead of Clumsy, Clums was my original username on PS4, and that ended up being my name for a while before I changed it to Clumsy. I had no idea what the fuck I was on when I made this one and this one, bro. These look ugly as hell. And what does that even say, bro? Thallium? Oh, 69 on the periodic table. I was probably like 10 or 11 when I made that shit, bro. I'm a track little bitch on money. Bag up bitch on stunning. And this bitch wanna take my money.